Social media has turned the teenage millionaire into a standard aesthetic. You see 18-year-olds in Dubai accelerating through life in leased supercars, creating an intense pressure to match that speed before you've even reached adulthood. But the digital landscape only broadcasts the glamorous output of wealth. It effectively hides the isolating, extreme inputs required to generate those results. Iman Gadzhi's 7 principles provide a framework for evaluating this trade-off. They serve as a rigid cost-benefit analysis for the decision to sacrifice your youth. To see how these values intersect, we use a quadrant chart comparing social freedom against financial velocity. The bottom right quadrant represents the typical 19-year-old life. You have high social freedom and lifestyle flexibility, but your financial velocity, the speed at which you build and keep wealth, is low. The Millionaire Protocol flips this entirely. You move into the top left quadrant, where financial velocity is maxed out, but your social freedom drops toward zero. Amassing millions early is a statistical anomaly that requires a near-complete deviation from normal behavior. You have to decide if the return on that investment is actually worth what you are giving up. Moving into that top left quadrant begins with a heavy tax on your ego. This is the pawn before king phase. It requires you to sit across from older, more experienced veterans and choose to stay quiet and listen, regardless of your personal ambition. You have to intentionally accept the bottom of the hierarchy. You become the one carrying the equipment and handling the grueling client work while paying your dues. Accepting this position allows you to earn your stripes. It earns you the respect of established players and gives you access to the kind of mentorship that protects a young business. The trade-off is a prolonged blow to your pride during the exact years of your life when you naturally want to assert your independence. That same ego suppression applies to your physical presentation. The protocol dictates ditching flashy, loud designer labels for understated, timeless basics. You swap out hype-beast brands for smart blazers and simple, fitted clothing. Dressing older and more classic removes a primary reason for people to discredit you. It allows you to hold your own in high-stakes rooms without your age becoming a distraction. You are trading the immediate urge to flex for your peers for the long-term benefit of being taken seriously by the market. Perhaps the most polarizing cost of this path is the complete abstention from casual dating and social apps. The rule is binary. You either find a serious, supportive partner early on who helps you build, or you commit to staying entirely single. Modern dating is a resource-intensive pursuit involving constant social positioning and emotional management. Removing that distraction preserves the mental bandwidth needed for high-level decision-making. But the cost is undeniable. You face a period of deep isolation and miss out on the romantic exploration that usually defines your early 20s. We can break this down on a scorecard to see the balance. You gain undivided focus to scale your business, but you have to carry the psychological weight of navigating these peak social years alone. This abstention turns your youth into a monastic building phase. You are directly exchanging human connection for business momentum. To survive this isolation, you have to manufacture your own friction through external humbling mechanics. This means engaging in grueling challenges like combat sports or volatile business ventures that provide immediate, objective feedback when you aren't performing. Regular physical or mental humbling prevents the kind of arrogance that leads to catastrophic failures once you start making real money. This leads to the final restriction: how you allocate the capital you've earned. The goal is to move early profits out of your own reach as quickly as possible. Instead of liquid assets like crypto or stocks, you lock wealth into illiquid vehicles like property or physical gold. These are assets you cannot sell on a whim. This structural lockdown protects your net worth from your own impulsive spending habits and the desire to prove your success through status symbols. Adding these financial restrictions to the scorecard reveals the final operational cost. Structural guardrails like physical humbling and financial lockdowns protect your progress. They ensure a single ego-driven impulse doesn't liquidate years of work. When you pull all these variables together, the total lifestyle tax of becoming a young millionaire becomes visible. Rapid wealth accumulation demands the surrender of your ego, your social freedom, and your immediate access to cash. We can use a decision tree to see where you actually fit. It starts with your primary drive for the next 5 years. The path on the left is the hyper-optimizer. This is for the person whose absolute priority is financial velocity and who has the discipline to sustain a monk-like existence. The path on the right is the balanced builder. If you value traditional youth experiences and romantic exploration, this is your profile. You can still reach your financial goals, but you must accept a delayed timeline. That time is the price you pay to keep your youth. Neither path is better than the other. They are simply different transactions using different currencies. Long-term success relies on an objective view of the price tag. Select your timeline, accept the specific trade-offs that come with it, and move forward with your eyes open.